Welcome again to Chris's Caribbean Delights. Now, it's the Labor Day weekend and lots of activities are going on all around New York and in Brooklyn, and Long Island and New Jersey. And, you know, people are just busy barbecuing and doing different things. I am coming to you with a mini quiche. It's a cheese pie that we call it a cheese pie in the Caribbean, but it's like a mini quiche. It's made of cheese and pastries and stuff like that. So I'm going to do that as a side. I'm preparing this ahead because on Monday I'm going to probably be doing some barbecuing and some other stuff. So I'm preparing ahead just this mini quiche. So hope everybody is having a wonderful weekend. It's a long weekend, and be safe out there, and wear your mask in the crowds, and you know, just be diligent and be aware of your surroundings. So for the ingredients for this for my mini quiches or my cheese pies, you have to make a pastry dough. Now the pastry dough, I have an all-purpose pastry dough on the channel already. I'm going to just leave that link below so you can go to that and do that dough before you make them filling for the pie. So I'm going to leave that link. So right now we're just going to go to the ingredients for the filling for the pie, and we're going to assemble that because I already made my dough and it's in the refrigerator. So this is going to be a nice short video, and we're going to go to the ingredients for the pie filling. So here we go. Awesome. So here we are. We're going to we have the filling here for the pie. These are the ingredients that we're going to be using. I'm going to need 6 eggs. I'm going to need a cup of heavy whipping cream. We're going to need, I'm using 3 cheeses. I'm using some cheddar cheese, some Asiago, and some Romano cheese. So we're going to mix these cheeses together when we putting it into the pie. Some brown mustard, spicy brown mustard, some complete seasoning. I have in here some Bullion seasoning and some black pepper, and in here I have some garlic powder. I am about to mince some scallion, some red peppers, and a hot pepper to be mixed into that seasoning. So we'll go ahead and we'll get those all mixed in. Then we'll beat our eggs with the milk and we'll continue from there. So here we are. I usually put my finger guard on. Oh, this is a new gadget I got. It protects my fingers. If you've been cooking as much as I have and cutting stuff up, you know you got a few nicks on the nails and a few nicks here and there. So I saw this this little gadget here, a finger protector. So I decided to try it. So, and it works pretty well. So I'm going to now I'm going to mince my scallions up very, very small, because you don't want large pieces of scallion, you know, in your pie. So with the protector I work twice as fast as I would. Yeah, you want this to be minced really, really, really small, because you don't want no large pieces in there. So this is okay, that should be good. So we take this, put it in our container right here. And this is the hot guy. Got this from my garden, but I'll take some of the seeds out of it so it wouldn't carry that heat. I'll just take a few of the seeds out of it, and then I'll mince this up. I'll mince this up really small also. Maybe I can lose a few more of the seeds. Put that in with the scallion. Okay. Now for my bell pepper, we're going to try to mince this as small as we can also, because this is going to be, we're going to put this on the top of our quiches. So, and it's going to also melt in there, you know, it's going to melt right in there when it's cooking. So you also don't want too much of a large piece in there. So this might be just enough. Depending on how many pies you're gonna get, you know, that's the amount of. I think this is enough. I think this is good. But if I make like maybe 12 to 14 pies, and it's not a lot of this stuff goes on it, so I think that's good. And just get a container for that. So let's clean this all down. Okay. So let's clean up. We're going to put our put the bell pepper back. We don't need any more. And then I'll come back and whisk the eggs and the milk and the heavy cream, and we'll continue. We'll go from there. Okay, guys, let's go for the filling for my my Guyanese cheese pies, or we call them mini quiches. It's just like a quiche. So the egg mixture, I'm going to whisk my eggs. Whisk these eggs just to get them incorporated with the white. Okay, then I'm going to add my heavy cream. I want all of this heavy cream in here, all of it. So with my impeccably clean finger, I'm going to just drag it out of there. Okay. Here goes the puppies. So we're going to whisk that together. That's incorporated into the egg. Then we're going to add our mustard. A tablespoon of mustard. Again, with my impeccably clean finger, I'm getting all of the mustard out. Okay. And we whisk that up. So do you see how we're building these flavors here? We're building some flavors, some wonderful flavors now. We whisk that in there. Now, my next step would be my garlic powder. I'm gonna sprinkle my garlic powder. Probably sprinkle all of my my dry seasonings in there. The black pepper and the bullion powder. Just a half a teaspoon of black pepper and half a teaspoon of bullion powder. I have a full 1 tablespoon of complete seasoning because I want that to go through the entire the entire dish. So, and then we whisk that together. Whisk all those together. Okay, so could you imagine what this egg mixture tastes like? My goodness. So anyway, before we get all excited about that, this is the cilantro and the hot pepper. These are going to go on top as I fill my quiches, and this is the red pepper. That's going to also go on top. Now we're going to just combine our 3 cheeses. I think I need a little larger bowl for that. Anyway, I got a little larger bowl. So this is my my Romano cheese. This is my Asiago cheese. And this is my Cheddar cheese. Right. So we got all our cheeses into one container. Every bit of it. And we just give this a mix. I want to mix them up so that, you know, you wouldn't get like only cheddar in one pie and only Asiago in another pie. But so okay, they're mixed in there, right? Take a taste. Awesome. Now don't worry about the cholesterol and all that. One person's not eating all this stuff. If you were to eat it all by yourself, well, then you got a problem with the cholesterol, okay? So, but our next step, we're gonna get our dough, and then we're gonna start rolling that out. So let's go get our dough, and I'll be back. My filling for my quiche, for my little mini quiches, or my Guyanese cheese pies, as we call them, we're gonna go to that filling right now, and you're gonna see me using a turkey baster. A turkey baster. This is just that I can control the amount of liquid I'm putting into the pie, because it's a very small pan, a very small pie, and you don't want to have it running over and all that, you know. So I'll use the turkey baster so that I can control the amount that I'm putting in there. Now, so let's go and take a look at what we're going to do right now with the pans and the fillings. Oh, I have to roll my dough out. That's the first step. So here's my dough, all prepped on a floured surface. Nice, and you know, it's just flour this girl around here. And then you get your rolling pin, and you're gonna start rolling that right out. Now, you want to roll this out to maybe 1/8 of no, a quarter inch thickness, about a quarter-inch thickness. All right, just about a quarter-inch thickness. I think I may have to move my pans from here because I will need some space. Okay. Don't worry about the splitting. It all comes together in the end. Don't even bother about that. Okay. That tells you your dough is nice and flaky. You don't want it rubbery at all. So if you see these little breaks, don't even bother with them. They'll come together. They'll come together. That's the stove. The stove is ready. So let's go here. Now, we're gonna cut some rounds out. You can use the thing of itself, but sometimes it's not as accurate, because when you don't want, you can use the pan, the little cookie pan, to measure and cut, but you'll find when you put it in here, you still have to stretch it up. You have to stretch it up a little, and then it might get a little thin, a little too thin, because you have to stretch it up. And it might get a little too thin for your liking. So like I do this one, I had cut it with this little pan, so now I had to stretch it. So if you can see the you know, the little dark marks on there, that's the pan you're seeing. So you don't want it to get too close to the pan, because it might break, because when you fill it, or it might get soggy and stuff like that. So what we'll do, I'll cut them a little larger, and then so when I spread them up, I'll still have some volume, kind of, so to speak, in the bottom. But we'll leave this one like this for now, no problem. But I just wanted to show you that, in case you came across that, and you'll wonder, you know, what the problem is. The problem would be that when you take it out of here, you have a very thin layer of pastry on the edges. You know, it's going to stay together, but because the pastry would swell a little bit, but you don't want it to break apart. Okay, so we'll go ahead and we'll cut a little larger and place them in the pans. So I'll show you that step when I'm back. So here we go. We're going to use like a 3-inch, 1, 2, 3, a 4-inch cookie cutter. So we'll make those like a 4-inch cookie cutter, and we'll cut all our rounds. Right? So once we pick them up and we go to this shell here, you can place it in there, and because the 4-inch is just And we get a 4-inch cutter and we cut that, and then we place the piece in here. Okay, so now we have our rounds that are already cut out, and we'll just have to take our pans or pie pans and just place the pastry around it and just gently press it in there so that it can conform to the shape. Okay. Just let it conform to the shape of the pan and you're fine. I know you probably didn't see a couple of them, but I wasn't paying attention. Not that I wasn't paying attention, I was paying attention to the pastry and to making sure that everything is going fine. I wasn't paying attention to the camera. Anyway, so we're gonna get these all done. Just make sure there are no holes in the dough, that's all. There are no holes in the dough because this is not going to have a cover. It's not going to have a dome over it, you know. This is going to be an open thing, so yeah. So I'll do the rest of it and then we'll come back when we start filling, okay? Okay, so now for our assembly, we have our 3 cheeses here that we mixed. Cheddar, Asiago, and Romano. So we can just put a little bit in there. I'm just going to do a few here. Yeah, you don't want to overcrowd. You don't want to crowd it too much because you don't want it to go over the edge when it starts cooking, because it's going to swell. It's going to come up when it starts cooking. It's going to swell, and you don't want it to go over the edge. So, though some of them may go over the edge, but you don't want them all to go over the edge. So, just a little bit of cheese. Alright, and then here comes my my go-to tool, which is a turkey baster. And always before you start again, give your egg mixture a little stir, because you can have some stuff, you know, might start to settle in there. So we'll just go in and maybe halfway up. Halfway up. Just about a halfway up. And you fill those. Halfway up maybe, yeah, just to get that moisture in there and that wonderful egg custardy, the custardy flavor, you know. Just want a custardy flavor. And then you can see if you can add a little more cheese to some of them. Once you're finished filling in the liquid. Okay, so those are done. This one I can add a little more cheese to. This one also I can add a little more cheese to. This one here. Okay, and now Remember, we still have our red bell peppers and the cilantro and the hot pepper to put in there. So these are going to be sprinkled on top, you know. These are going to be sprinkled on top. You got me? Okay, now. You need that heat, you need that hot pepper in there. I might have to cut up some more stuff, some more of this green stuff. Because I think I'm going kind of heavy on that. I just love my green. Put some red bell peppers on there. Just for, because you see with your eyes, you eat with your eyes first, you know. So let it look beautiful. Okay. So I did those for you. So I'm going to go ahead and do the rest, and then we'll put it in the oven at 350 for about 20 minutes, and then we'll see what it looks like. The finished product. Thank you. So we're in here for about 15 minutes, and it's almost done. They're already swollen. I mean, they're rised up, and which means they're cooking wonderfully. After you take them out, expect them to fall. They're going to fall. They're going to fall back into the pan. So don't think that they'll stay puffed up like that. But we're doing fine, and we just need maybe another 5 minutes, and we'll be done. Thank you. Okay, guys, finished product. It's out of the oven, and they're looking lovely. You remember they were inflated. Now they're deflated, and they just filled the cup exactly as it should fill the cup. They're still really hot, so later on, give it about 10 minutes or so, I'm going to extract one of them from the cups, and you'll see what it looks like inside. So finished product, and we'll be back. Here we go, guys. This is the finished product, and you can see those red bell peppers in there that's sitting in that cheese, and the cilantro and everything. Oh, it's just wonderful. It's delectable. Awesome. See that the filling in there? It's wonderful. Awesome.